Thanks for that live report. Western Mass News getting answers after several viewers reached out to our newsroom concerned about conditions in their Springfield apartment building. The air conditioning isn't being turned on and they've been experiencing some hot temps lately over the last week. Western Mass News reporter Lexi Oliver joins us live in Springfield with more on that. Lexi.
Chris, we're told state law requires landlords to keep the heat on until June 15th. And because this building can only have either the air conditioning or heat on at one time, it's left residents facing what they're calling unbearable conditions. We're digging deeper to learn more about this law.
They have to amend and repeal that because it's extremely too hot.
Frank Roman telling Western Mass News his apartment reached more than 100 degrees in the warm weather Monday, and Indian Motorcycle Apartments isn't turning on the AC. President of the building's management company telling us in part, quote, "I totally understand the residents' desire to turn on their AC when we have a hot day as we did yesterday. We normally experience these requests on the shoulder months, spring and fall, when we are required to provide heat under state law." He goes on to say, quote, "As you can see, today is a chilly day and heat is required. It is our hope that as we get closer to June, we can turn on the AC chillers prior to June 15th as it gets warmer outside." We caught up with State Representative Bud Williams to learn more. Last June, when tenants were experiencing similar issues, he told us he planned to call on the state's Secretary of Housing and Economic Development to look at this issue. But as of now, the law still stands.
We looked at it, we tried to. The state had no appetite to change it.
We asked him why this law is in place to begin with.
What we were finding out years ago is that a lot of landlords were shutting the heat off a little early, a little premature. So laws were put in place to make sure that tenants had heat until June 15th.
He says it doesn't prohibit landlords from turning on the AC, but because most units only have one system, they wouldn't be able to turn the heat back on, which could cause problems in a New England spring.
Last night, it was in the 30s and 40s, so it's a tough call.
Williams adds that he does have some concerns for people with asthma and other respiratory conditions for when temperatures become really hot. The president of the First Resource Development Company does tell us in-window air conditioning units are not allowed in the building as the windows do not open far enough. But he does tell us in part, quote, "In the meantime, we are encouraging residents to open their windows and use fans and or portable floor air conditioners. For residents that are unable to purchase, we have been loaning out these units." Reporting live in Springfield, Lexi Oliver, Western Mass News.